Spike, I realized last year, bro, that I had self-reflection. I like messy shit.
You live for it.
I live for the mess, B, and that's how it was with 2024. It was a messy start to 2024.
Came out the gate.
Out the gate. With mess. And I'm here for it. I love every single bit of it. And the interesting thing is this interview that Shannon Sharp, which is on his club Shay, you know, he recorded this in 2023, held it until the top of the year.
You stupid, man.
So so I thought that was
recorded in 2023. When?
He recorded it last year.
I know, but we're early in 2024. So what do you mean by that? Like, because that could have been like in December.
Oh, I don't know the exact month. I just know that when I was watching him kind of recap and talk to Ocho Cinco about it, you know, he said that they got together sometime last year to record this. And I guess the timing, he had been trying to get him on the show for a while. And I guess he had been watching all these people come on, say these certain things.
The people that he was talking about was on Shannon Sharp show.
Yeah, so
that
finally
Katt Williams was talking about.
Yep. So finally he was just like enough's enough. So he had to come on to the show. And I guess they decided to release it at the top of the year.
Katt was ready, boy.
He knew he had a bomb. He held it to the top.
No, his producers knew he had a bomb because Shannon didn't. You know, Shannon was just kind of like, you know, how y'all think it went? Do y'all think it went all right? And the producers was like, bruh, like they were telling him like, this about to go. This is gonna blow. And Shannon was like, oh shit, okay, like. Yeah, he didn't know that. His producers had to tell him like, you got one.
22 million views right now.
It was 24 I saw last night.
No, it hit like down there 10 million in one day, didn't it? Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
29 as of the 11:37.
What's it been? 4 days since it's been out? 3 days. 7th.
This has made him like one of the top podcasts right now.
Easily.
Yeah.
It went crazy.
My mom called me and asked me did I watch it.
Bro, everybody is talking about
you couldn't get away from it, bro. You could not get away from it.
I think this is bigger than the TD Jakes thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Even
if you're not on
if
you're not on social media, you couldn't get away from this shit, bro.
Nah, for
like,
sure.
Everybody loves mess. Okay.
29 million people. 29 million people, bro. I'm not alone, man. Drama sells. You know, I'm shit. Dead End Hip Hop was messy when we started. People love that shit. We just talked about Jason on Is the Meister on. That was messy. People love that shit.
Yeah, they did.
Dead End Sports is messy all the time with Nick and Spike on there saying crazy shit. Shelton on there trying not to admit that he wrong about shit. It's messy, bro. People love mess.
They do.
So this was definitely one of them. And so we're going to go through some of the things that were said and just kind of read and react to what was going on. So I want to pause right here. Are we good on the clips and stuff? Because I know you had to kind of reconfigure the audio earlier and didn't get a chance to set things up. Yeah, can we just test it so we can before I continue, make sure we good. I guess after this, y'all go into that video you sent.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't write. I forgot the damn order.
I got you.
Yeah.
I know this TV over here muted. I don't know if you're trying to go through the TV or not.
Oh, I don't have the remote.
You put them all right there. Mike ain't paying attention.
What?
I said the remote to the TVs are right there.
No, I could have got it. I'm closer.
It's 3? Well, you just brought them on. Let me see.
Kings of Comedy.
Verbatim.
All right, I think we good. So yeah, we'll start in the order that I got them here. I think that's pretty much the order they went. So we'll wait to Spike get back.
Anybody seen all of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that too.
My bad.
No, you good. You good. All right, appreciate it, Jalen. Appreciate Spike for the visual cue to what to cut out. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get into like the clips that kind of made the headlines everywhere, but I do want to ask, did anybody watch? Because it was 2 hours and 46 minutes long. Did anybody watch the whole thing?
Not in one sitting. Not in one sitting.
Not in one sitting.
Yeah.
Not period.
I watched. I got like an hour in.
Damn.
When he said he read 3,000 books when he was 8 years old,
Which is about 9 books a day.
I cut it off.
Oh, come on.
I cut it off.
He said he read how many?
Come on. He said he read 3,000 books in a year.
He probably did. They're probably them little picture books.
Nah,
really
he was
short
talking
books.
about like
He said nonfiction,
he
bro.
used to read like
He's a damn liar.
encyclopedias.
I don't think so, mate.
You don't think he's lying?
I don't know if he lying.
5 books a day.
See, this is why you don't think before you be saying shit.
That's about 9 to 8 books a day, bro.
That's Rod. There's no way.
At 8.
At 8
years old.
You are Jill went up the hill at 8, bro.
But he was a child prodigy or something like that. That's
He
what
says
they
he
said.
was.
No, it wasn't him. It's like people said, like it was like somebody. He said,
So it was confirmed.
It was
Other people
confirmed.
came out
Yeah,
and
it was
confirmed that.
confirmed.
Really?
Yeah, he was a child prodigy. Like he was smart as shit.
Being smart is one thing. Reading that many books a day
I
at
feel
8,
you.
that's a damn lie.
I feel you. I mean,
I
people
don't
play
care
video
what he
games.
has to say. That is a lie. I don't know why liars lie. They just lie. He's lying,
Not
dude.
the Katt Williams first day.
Come on, man.
I found it hard to believe that. I've been trying I've been trying to figure that out for the longest. Like, how
He
do
probably
you read?
not like some crazy, but you said picture books. Like I
I mean, I
know if
was
it
kind of
picture
joking,
books.
but he ain't reading no nonfiction books that many at 8.
3,000, dude, bro. That's
What
fucking
else
wild.
is he doing?
Year.
I mean,
that means he's just reading the entire day and nothing else.
people play video games all fucking day.
Once again, this is why you're not circumspect.
I'm just saying. I'm thinking about all
You relating
different.
video games
I'm
to
thinking
books
about the amount of time people spend doing shit
at
all
8.
day.
At 8.
8 is what age? That's what. Like,
8
I'm
is
not
8.
8. I'm sorry, 8. I didn't mean age. I didn't mean age.
What
Age is
grade?
what grade?
What grade?
Third grade.
Third grade.
3rd, 4th grade.
We in third grade. at 8
You know
years
what I
old.
meant.
I knew what you meant. It was still funny.
Third grade. Third grade. What was I doing in third grade?
That's a lot.
You wasn't reading them
of
damn books.
bro.
Oh, nah.
I don't know. I ain't gonna call him a liar, but I just find that hard to believe.
I did go back.
I ain't gonna call him a liar, but he lying.
I ain't gonna say you lying. But I do know.
Was it 8? Was it?
do know.
So he said 3,000. It did sound crazy. It sounded crazy, but
3,000 a year?
A year.
And how many days?
He
in
said a year. So they
365
people did the math. They said it's about.
how many days?
Oh Lord have mercy.
I did say that. I'm sorry, y'all.
People said it's 8.2 books a day, or 8.2 to 9 books a day.
Yeah,
is the
8.2,
math
yeah.
that they did. Now, of course.
And he said, okay, sorry.
Yeah, maybe he just, in 1 month read a lot, maybe like 1,000. I don't know. I don't even know how many that is in a month. How many is that
And
in
he
a
said he
month?
read the
8
whole
a day,
encyclopedia or something like
8
that.
times
Yeah.
He said he read the whole
So that's
encyclopedia.
240 books a month.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
There's no way.
The math ain't mathing, bro.
240
The
books a
math
month.
does not math in any way, shape, or form.
Then
You would have to do
you would
nothing else. You're not
weekly.
even eating.
That's
I didn't
6,
think about
that's
the
60
books part.
books. That's
Bruh.
60 books
This-
a week.
Thank you.
crazy.
Think about
60
that.
books
It's
a
not even a
week.
good
we have that
lie.
clip? When he
I
says
think it
Nah, I
is a
don't have
good
that
lie though,
one.
because he's a
Okay.
comedian. I don't
It's-
know how serious we were supposed to take that. I just took it seriously.
No, he was dead as serious when he said it.
See, that's the problem.
No, Shannon. I thought Shannon had the facts, and then he said he was like, yeah, it was. I thought Shannon had the facts on what he did. or
Shannon should
whatever.
have pushed back on that one.
And then he agreed, and he told him like or something like, yeah, I did, or something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
no
about
way.
to,
I
my
would-
wife
there's no
reads
way
a
I
lot.
would
She's
do
a
that.
very fast reader. I'm about to ask her, can she read 3,000 books in a
In
year?
a year, she probably gonna be like,
She
no.
reads books fast, so like she'll finish a book just like that. But 3,000, bro, and nonfiction, them things are typically
There's no way.
Pretty thick, yeah.
pretty thick.
Yeah.
And
I think
lengthy.
reading a book
Oh,
a
that
day
sound weird.
is impressive
Yeah.
enough.
Thick and lengthy.
Your ass nasty as hell. Your ass nasty as hell. God damn. Thick and lengthy, boy. And you doing 3,000
And it
of
was
them in a year?
It was right behind them things that's thick too.
Jesus Christ.
So
You got both of those in there.
Lord. Look, Rod trying to change the subject so hard. He's like, I don't want to talk about
No,
like,
y'all didn't even listen to this.
Oh, good. You're good then.
What did you find?
No, they said he did it, and then they said he did it from 8 to 12. So he did it like from 8 to
In the
12.
4-year span?
In a 4 years, no, not a 4 year span, but he did that for
So we talking about 12,000.
Wait a minute. Yeah, so 3,000 a year.
That's
So
what
at the age of 8,
12,000
at the age of 9, he
I
12,000.
don't know,
There's
bro.
not even 12,000 books.
All right, I got a clip.
Bruh, come
Where
on.
you even get 12,000 Come on, where you even get 12,000 books, man?
Hold on, I got a clip. I'm gonna put it up to the mic if that's fine. You okay with that? You okay with that, producer? All right. Let's see.
To the cars, to the gardener, like I'm saying, so I'm not just reading. I'm reading in multiple languages. Like I'm probably reading 3,000 books a year from the time that I'm 8 years old to the time that I'm 12.
In different languages.
No fiction books at all. I'm only reading nonfiction.
Bruh.
He did say probably though. He did say probably.
Bruh.
Yo,
Probably a lot less.
It's a clip. Look.
He did, but I forgot about the foreign languages, and it was the foreign languages. And I was like, because I was trying to ride with Katt. I was like, okay, yeah. Then he said in different languages. I was like, all right, bro.
Bruh.
All right, bro. Nah. And then he said he could run 4 or something.
Right now. A 4-4.
Run for what?
He actually can though. He actually did it. There's a clip going on of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Inside the gym.
He should have ran
Yeah.
that little boy.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
I saw
so he
that.
actually proved that to be true.
Katt Williams said he don't be lying, bro.
Remember, he was running fast as hell on that Atlanta episode.
He was. Crocodile Man. or
He was
whatever
running
it
fast
was.
as shit.
He said he don't be lying, man.
He said he don't lie. He said he don't lie. I don't know about that one. I think he just probably misremembering.
I can't even believe y'all are considering this as truth. That's what's tripping me out.
What, the 3,000
The
books?
fact that y'all are considering this as truth.
I think it's just me.
Not
It's
me.
ridiculous.
I think it's just
Am
me.
I looking at you?
Oh.
Why do y'all always do this? I'm talking to them.
You said y'all.
Me
though.
and Beer
Yeah, I
in the
know.
same place.
I know you said y'all.
It's you too.
He said y'all.
He said he didn't really believe it. But they too. It's y'all. It's not us. We us, B. We us.
We all we got.
They y'all.
Right?
I said
Mikey's on the fence.
If I my brother's
They y'all.
keeper. If I my brother's keeper.
No, not today.
So not today.
I'm being circumspect. These motherfuckers here.
Damn.
I said I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, he said he found it hard to believe. I'm
It's a lie.
giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm saying no.
No,
He seems like he exaggerates a lot as jokes. You know,
It's jokes, but when
Right.
he was talking in this form, he was speaking like what seems to be like he was speaking
serious.
facts, and
Yeah.
he seems to be serious about what he was saying. You know,
Yeah, still, I was like, come on, Katt.
and he threw a little caveat out. He said probably about, so he probably wear 2,000.
he should have probably about 500.
Yeah.
I'll believe that.
Right.
But at 8 years old, reading 3,000, no, I don't believe you. I don't.
Yeah, my wife
believe
said
you.
she can read about 3 per week, maybe 4. She
Yeah.
has nothing else to do. About 200 a year, but 3,000 is damn near impossible. She reads
Yes.
all the
Bruh.
time.
Right.
So
A book a
that's
day
just what
would
I
have
see.
been. A book a day would have been believable.
A book a day would
I
have
would've
been
considered
still
it then.
not believable, but have been closer to believable.
Yeah,
Right.
I might have still
Especially
said,
if they tell me
okay.
you're a prodigy. Like,
Yeah.
You read 365 books in a year. Okay.
maybe he meant that.
Maybe.
Maybe
He
he
should've
just
said
added
that.
the zero.
Yeah,
by
maybe he
accident.
did just add a couple zeros.
Oh, he's asking.
Couple of zero. Anyway,
Couple zero.
but yeah, so that was that
Or
was
maybe
a
he
crazy
meant
ass
3,000
statement.
from 8 to 12.
See, that
That's
would make
what I
more
was
sense.
thinking.
That's what I was
That would-
asking
yeah.
earlier. Is that what he
Yeah,
meant?
That would be
Maybe because he did mess up one thing. He said, they
They
called him out
corrected
on
him.
one
I
thing.
saw
Yeah,
that.
it was a
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
He
yeah.
said
It was
the
the
wrong
years.
year.
Wrong
Yep,
year. So
yep.
he probably could have said
And he got the year hella wrong.
Yeah,
too.
because he was talking about Kings of Comedy. That was in
Yeah,
the late
that was
90s. He said
90s.
2019.
Yeah.
They were like, bruh.
And he still never made sense of what he meant. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I got the year wrong. I might have got the year wrong."
Oh, what he said he meant was his comic view appearance was a year before Kings of Comedy came out.
Because it was
But
a joke.
what does 2019 have to do with anything?
I mean,
That's
he
what I
was
thought
just-
it was about.
He was talking too fast.
Yeah.
Because remember, Katt came in
He wasn't
hot,
being
bro.
He came in
wasn't
going
being
in.
circumspect.
He wasn't being
Yeah.
circumspect.
He didn't waste no time.
Nah, he came
went
in.
right
Yeah.
at Ricky Smiley and
So when he
Steve.
said,
when
"How
he
you
came-
doing?" It was like,
Bruh.
we finna
Yeah,
go
he-
here.
Yeah.
he was letting the bullets fly. So, but yeah, let's go through some of the things he said. So let's go with we can start with Cedric. We can start with Cedric.
Looked like a walrus.
I saw
Can't even
that
get his hands
shit,
off
bro.
his belly, sitting like this.
That shit,
Man, said he got-
that shit was funny.
Man said I'm gonna hit him right in his stomach.
That shit had me dying.
He said, the way he
Cedric
looked
told
was
you
so
when you
much
asked him,
like-
did you steal Katt Williams' joke? He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up? He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times, and Katt didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon.
I was wondering if they
I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? Cedric sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What? He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer. Right. We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? Okay. They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that. So I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi. And this is the age of truth, and the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies.
Put that up at the last.
I know.
Cedric called these people like, y'all
gotta do me a favor.
Right.
But to throw Tubi in there, this shit is so bad it can't even get on Tubi, bro. Yeah, man.
Did y'all see the visual though?
Yeah. Did y'all see the evidence
when he did it?
Yeah, we stole it. Yeah.
They
did them side by side.
Yeah,
Crazy. Twitter, they get the boy.
I saw that
fast.
and the Steve Harvey stuff. It was all like he's telling the truth.
Did y'all reconsider how funny you thought Cedric the Entertainer was when he said that?
I never really thought he was that funny. The only thing I thought that was really funny from that special was the breakdance battle.
And he stole that too.
No.
Yeah. So they showed the guy that was talking about it. He said he was just like, he's like, yeah, man, he just, he bigging you up, Katt, da da da. He's like, well, I'm glad you think like that, because he stole your shit too.
Dropping right now.
No way.
I was like, damn, he pop locking like that. I don't know the comedian, but yeah, he stole it.
Wow.
Yeah, so, Cedric replied, said, on the actual post, revisionist history, regardless of whatever Katt's opinion, my career can't be reduced to one joke. Katt Williams claims it's his. I've been over 40 movies. My specials and brand speaks volumes for I Am, the people I put on, including Cat in the Hat at the Gibson Amphitheater. All that tough talk is corny as fuck. I'm a grown-ass man, and none of that shit gonna go like you think. You do you, and I got this over here.
That's Cedric.
That's Cedric. That's what Cedric said. And there's another joke he stole, the Abominicious joke. Have you guys saw that?
I saw that.
From that old TV show.
But I thought Steve stole that joke.
Have you seen that?
I thought that was Steve Harvey that stole that.
No, that was
Cedric too?
Yeah, it was on his special. It was on his stand-up special.
Christ.
Yep. No. Pull that one up. Ryan's seen it. Pull that one up.
That's because they be having other people write their jokes, man. That's what it is, probably.
Yeah, but this was crazy because this one was in 1988, 89, something like that.
It was the old. I remember. I can't remember the name of the TV show, but because I forgot he passed away. That dude passed away.
That I can answer that question.
Ghostwriting jokes.
That's
crazy.
The Abominicious story. It's a true story. See, there was this white family lived in Mississippi, and they had this man who worked for them occasionally named Abominicious. Now, he did various small jobs for them on and off for about a week. One night he
Do you remember that show, Designing Women?
I'm trying to think of that
The
dude's
black
name.
guy was Designing Women.
What was his name?
So she said to him, Abominicious, I want to write you a check, but I don't know how to spell abomination.
This is on this show.
He said,
This is on a TV show.
Talk to you about that. See, when I came to work for you, I told you my name, and then I said, but you can call me by my initials.
Which is actually a pretty good joke.
Everybody call you Bominicious. Yeah, everybody in the whole city call him Bominicious. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. You call me that. Don't even worry about it. Bominicious. This is what everybody call. Yeah, everybody call me that, man. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right. So all week long, my ass talking about Bominicious. What up, boy? Hey, Bominicious, you gonna run around, come over and watch the game with us later on? Hey, Bominicious, run to the store, grab some beer, come on back. My cousin said, what you calling him?
The delivery is funny though.
No, it is good.
Bominicious. He said, everybody call him Bominicious. It's all right for me to call him that. Like, nah, man, his name's CJ.
His name's CJ.
He's saying you could call me by my initials. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, the delivery is on point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do that
delivery.
as a
But see,
comedian, man.
But that's 1980 something, bro. Nobody gonna see who watching Designer Woman.
I used to watch Design One.
But you wouldn't remember
I
that
wouldn't
clip.
remember
You
the
wouldn't
joke.
remember that.
Black people watching a Cedric and the Entertainer special
They
probably
ain't gonna
weren't
put those two
watching.
together.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
He
yeah,
definitely
that
stole
is.
the fucking joke.
like
Yeah.
damn near
He's-
verbatim,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That's
bro,
that's
that's
a little
crazy.
bit more blatant than the
Williams.
Starship, spaceship joke.
Spaceship, yeah.
Is it? I mean, did you watch that one too? I mean,
Yeah.
that shit was damn near identical, other than the fact that it wasn't a.
He was just
Spaceship.
doing like
Yeah, because he was even doing
He had the music
motion.
playing,
It was like,
had
what
the music playing and
fuck?
everything.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
Just
crazy.
apologize. Just be like, hey man, I'm sorry.
Well, I think that's why Katt was so mad though, because he did apologize,
Right.
and then he came back and was like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why would you do that? Just
That's
come
what pissed
on
him off.
Shannon whatever's show and just be like, hey, yeah, we I was young, I did it. It was a mistake, but you know.
Do you? Oh yeah, because he said he acknowledged it. Because what I was gonna say was, do you think it was a writer that gave him the joke and he didn't realize it was Katt Williams' joke?
I don't believe that, because if what Katt Williams is saying is the truth
That's what I'm
about
saying, yeah.
his commercial, the BET and all that, Cedric saw it.
Yeah.
And then he said Cedric complimented him and all that stuff. So Cedric know about
Right,
it.
so
You know
Cedric
what I'm
knew.
saying?
I would be more inclined to believe that whoever wrote that Bominicious joke probably gave it to Cedric to
Yeah.
use in his bit.
That
I
one,
can see
yes.
that.
Yeah.
You know, because he said that they're not comedians; they just get people to write and they just go on stage. Like he said a lot, including some shit about Ricky Smiley. So we can pull that one up real
Ricky
quick.
Smiley replied too. All of them replied.
Lil
Everybody he
Daryl.
talked about replied.
Lil Daryl. My name is Lil Daryl.
He probably
Yeah,
stole
we're just
that
gonna
shit
hit the
too.
highlights.
They kind of proved Katt rights in their replies though. None of them were funny. Like,
And none of
some
them really
should've
called him a
been
liar.
funny, yeah.
Like nobody really called him a liar, really.
Like, exactly. They were kind of confirming what he was saying, but I feel like some of them should have used this to be funny. Like, y'all supposed to be comedians.
Yeah.
Everybody got all serious.
Did you
You
see Ice
let
Cube reply?
Ricky Smiley
Yeah,
sit
man.
here and
I
you
mean,
said out that mouth, you stole Friday after next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike, and Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
He shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was.
Sir, no one, why no? He was with KD. He He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he, what? So Ricky Smiley knows this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with.
That's the only thing Cube said that wouldn't.
Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy. Right. Where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped.
All right,
so considering that's the real story.
He was definitely right about that too. Yeah, that scene is one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, and it wasn't because like,
yeah. And you were saying B that Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube made a video. Pretty much.
Video.
Huh? Yeah, he pretty much. I mean,
it was like 9 minutes long.
Yeah, that was the only thing Cube disputed. Like he like, I wouldn't put no rape scene. You know, like that's fault. I wouldn't put. But other than that, pretty much everything Katt was saying was.
He verified.
Yeah, he verified that shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only thing he disputed was the rape shit. He was like, that wasn't original.
And Ricky Smiley kind of did the same thing. We're not going to play his because this shit is long as hell. And he had his old manager come on and
his manager pulled a Sheldon. He was on the fence immediately. He said, well, it was 23 years ago, so, some of us may have misremembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hedging, bro. Yeah. He was like, it was a long time ago.
Like I said, the people that he's talked about and they've been replying back, nobody really said, like, oh, he's lying. Like, no one flat out was just like, he's lying.
It don't seem like he's lying.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Steve Harvey ain't said shit.
Oh,
Steve Harvey ain't said a goddamn word, bro. He is wide yet. Kevin Hart has something to say.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but it was kind of whack, bro.
Damn, they've been going at it for a while though.
They have.
Yeah,
since that Breakfast Club.
I was disappointed in the Katt Williams show. He spent the whole show talking about Kevin Hart. I'm like, bro, like, come on, man.
Why can't these two
kings
be
talking about
friends?
No, it was just he wasn't, the show wasn't supposed to go that way. He just got in his feelings, and the whole show he was talking about Kevin Hart. I'm like, bro. Like,
when you saw him live or something?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You could tell that he kind of diverted from, because he apologized at the end or something like I know this kind of went around, like, I'm like, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, he, I mean, with Steve, he basically said that Steve stole the idea of his show with hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Never thought about that.
He said he stole Mark Curry's whole style.
He did steal Mark Curry.
And once I thought about it, of course, Twitter. I was like,
you saw that too, that video?
Yes, bro. They be so fucking fast.
Yeah, they found that. And Mark Curry said he stepped to Steve. He wouldn't say what was said, but he said, ask Steve. But my thing, if I'm Mark Curry in that situation, like, Steve can say anything. Now you got a chance to kind of give your version of it. And if Steve come in here and say a different, version of it, then what are you going to say? So you got a chance to say what happened. But yeah, and he accused Steve of wearing a man unit. But yeah, Kevin Hart. And the thing about Kevin Hart is, you guys remember Kevin Hart went on the Breakfast Club and said that Katt Williams chose drugs.
Yeah.
And said nobody would hire him because of the drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And look, Katt has had a controversial past. Like, we've seen it all, so we know that to be true. But yeah, let's see what he has to say about Kevin Hart, and then I will play the one where Kevin Hart tried to say something.
Are you going to talk about Ricky Smiley anymore?
Oh, you got something else on Ricky?
So, did y'all see Trick Daddy was trying to defend Ricky Smiley?
I saw Trick Daddy put a video out.
Yeah, he put a video out trying to defend him or whatever.
But Katt Williams clowned him on his special.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, I know I saw the shit you clowned me and whatever. But he went off on him too. Just saying that, it was some bitch nigga shit that he did and things like that.
So he was defending Ricky?
He was like, cause him and Ricky like close, you know. He said that's like my little brother or whatever, or something like that, or I don't know which way it went. Who's little brother? But he was just like, yeah, man, that was that's some big shit.
I thought that was. I was like, why is Trick Daddy speaking up for Ricky?
But I don't. He was in the car. He was in the car doing a video.
I for whatever reason, I never watched that one.
Yeah, he's like, keep my name out your mouth, all that. On all the tough guy
rapper stuff. He hit all the rapper check marks.
Yeah.
Trick Daddy, not a rapper. Oh, Trick Daddy.
Yeah. Who you think?
You thought Trick?
Trick.
I was thinking about the one in Detroit.
Yeah, that would have been a different conversation.
Trick
Daddy got involved.
I think Trick Daddy get busy though, for real though.
I ain't gonna say he won't.
His reputation precedes.
About fighting?
Yeah,
I wouldn't try no gym. Trick Daddy?
I'm not.
Hell no.
I'm not. I said no.
Sound like you was trying them.
No.
That doesn't sound like Trick Daddy.
Absolutely not, sir. But yeah, I want that clear on the airwaves. Right. But yeah, let's see what he has to say about Kevin Hart, and then we'll do the plastic.
Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay. It's all right. For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk. That all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But, yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, again, I'm on the winning side of these decisions. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. You know? Yeah, Kevin Hart purchased it, so he's now doing Comic View. That happened at the same time that they gave DC Young Fly Hollywood Squares. Because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers.
He's gonna be hosting Comic View.
Yeah.
I don't remember those movies that he talking about with Kevin Hart where he was acting like had a dress on.
I don't either, because my question to y'all is Kevin Hart falling off? Because I see a lot of people saying Kevin Hart is not funny. It started on this program with Sophie. But since this thing is coming out, I've seen a lot of people having things to say about Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he fizzing out for sure. I thought he was funny early on.
He's more of an actor now, though. I would view him as not a comedian anymore. So that's why I think he's funny anymore.
Yeah, I think because I think he had a bit about not doing a dress. I think he did.
He said he put in his contract the next movie that Ricky Smiley do, he's gonna have him wear a dress, and that was First Sunday. The next movie they played together, and Ricky Smiley was wearing a dress.
It's crazy.
Ricky Smiley claimed that didn't happen though. Ricky Smiley claimed that didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
I don't. Yeah, how you put in the contract? Like, yeah, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he kind of like blurs the line between I'm telling the God's honest truth versus I'm trolling versus I'm just flat out lying.
Capping.
That's a lot. You know, Katt Williams.
Is that capping?
Yeah, he's lying. I don't believe that he had in his contract any of that shit about a dress, and it's just silly.
The thing about a dress though, he was just saying that he's funnier as a woman.
No, I got that. But the fact that he said I had it in my contract
the next movie,
that he had to wear a dress with any movie that I'm in, and then the very next movie he's wearing a dress.
Yeah,
he was acting like he was telling the truth. There's no way I believe that.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, y'all think that's a thing? Because people will coming out and saying that, well, they try to make it that they make black men do that, but then people would rebuking that, saying that white men do it too.
Robin Williams was one. Jim Carrey was another.
Tom Hanks.
It's a thing.
It's a comedian thing to a certain degree.
Right.
I mean, we've seen white men in dresses. I mean, you can go all the way to way back in the beginning when it was nothing but men playing the role of women when acting first started. So I understand I understand where they're coming from in saying that, because that is it is and was a thing where you do have black men getting dresses to
emasculate.
Yeah. And I think there's some carryover from that hasn't really been let go. But I think the counter to that is, of course, you have a number of white men that have been in dresses as well.
But what are the examples? Because I've always heard this. Where are the actual examples of Hollywood making black people put on dresses to emasculate them?
It was a lot been this kind of like the step and fetch and stuff when black people have to get these certain roles, and that was the only roles they can get.
Step and fetch it
with the Buckeyes and stuff. So around that time period, is where they kind of look at a lot of that stuff happening.
Putting black men in dresses to emasculate them? Yeah. Because it seems like whenever they talk about it, they're talking about modern shit. I've never heard anyone go back as far as those days. It always comes up any time you see a black man wearing a dress. They bring up, they're doing it to emasculate you. Even though 9 times out of 10, the man is the one that's like, I chose to do this shit. I guess we can't really talk about him. Kid Cudi. Very recently, like the dudes come out and like, no one made me do this. No one told me. I did this myself.
Like, I don't think no one made Martin do Shanae.
No one made Martin do that shit. That was his idea.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, nobody made him do that. He wrote
Tyler
it.
Perry wanted to do that shit.
He wrote it himself. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
He put it in there himself. So
I've just never really understood. I have to go back and I didn't know about back in the olden days that they did that.
I do think there's some truth to it.
Buck breaking is what they call it.
Buck breaking.
Well, buck breaking is a term for slaves. It's not a term for putting black men in dresses.
They're trying to act like that's what the carryover is from.
Right.
Stop.
Though, what they're saying is that
that's the carryover. Buck breaking is the carryover to the.
Yeah, but I would argue anyone saying that that's buck breaking is full of shit. Because I would need to see, like, again, I want to see the examples, and I believe you. I don't remember ever seeing this back in the old timey days or whatever, but. Again, when people bring it up now, they're not talking about those days. They talk about motherfuckers doing it recently.
Do you think emasculating exists at all in the entertainment industry?
Do I think it exists?
Of the black man.
You think they try to make black men more feminine?
I mean, I'm sure it exists.
Okay.
But I don't. I think it's probably more so them trying to. Actually, I think if anything, it's over-masculating of the black man that exists more than anything. Anytime, like, they're always trying to make us more aggressive or big and scary or thuggish. I don't know that I see very often where they're like, let's make this black man look like a big ass pussy. Like, how often does this actually happen? Well, that's a genuine question. How often does this actually happen?
Well, I guess it's what they're talking about with the dressing up like women and things.
But they're
like
choosing to do this. Martin, Tyler Perry, they're choosing to do this.
Well, that's not according to what Katt's saying. It's like they're choosing to do it for the money. Yeah, but the role, they're not changing what that role is.
Because he brought up Martin. He brought up Martin and doing Big Mama's House.
And that's when I lost it. Because I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So you're telling me that Martin, who already had, by the time he did Big Mama's House, he'd already done Shanae.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about?
But by the time he did Big Mama's House 2, I think he had fallen off, right?
Sure. So what Katt's attempting to say is that the only way that Hollywood would let him come back is if he put on a dress?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what he's
Or did Martin say, well, shit, this might be funny if I played an old black grandmother?
It's probably a little bit of both.
If anything, I think this is honestly just fucking latent homophobia that we still have, and we're just throwing it out anytime we have a fucking chance. They're trying to emasculate us. Who's they if we're choosing to fucking do it? I don't think that there's, and the thing about it is, if this really did happen, I bet you by now it would have actually come out, probably from Martin. If Hollywood stepped and said, hey, we don't want you to do anything else. We just want you to put on a dress. He would have said it by now.
Do you think that they pass up on some black men because they won't do it? Because Don D.C. Curry came out and said that he was starting to get traction, but a lot of the scripts that he would receive asked him to put the dress on. He said he wouldn't do it. Then he said he stopped getting phone calls. So I think that's what Katt is saying. Like, the people who will do it, they may do it willingly because they want to be in movies, right? But the people that won't do it, they get kind of shunned away.
Because here's I think is the more important question: how many examples of this do we actually have?
Of what exactly?
Of black men putting on dresses to be in movies, versus how many examples do we have where that's not happening? I can't think of that many examples of black dudes in dresses. It's maybe a handful.
I don't know.
But I'm asking the panel.
I mean,
I
don't know. I don't have the data, but I don't know.
Can you think of more than 3? Just off the top of your head. Can you think of more than 3 movies?
Jamie Foxx, Tyler Perry,
what's
Kevin
the Jamie
Hart.
Foxx movie?
I mean, when he do Wanda, off at Living Color.
Kevin Hart, Mark
Lawrence.
I know.
So Jamie Foxx doesn't count. So give me Wesley Snipes, where there were 2 other men, white men in the movie wearing dresses. So that's what y'all are counting?
White chicks.
They did that. They owned the man. See what I'm saying?
We giving you examples though.
But you're not giving me examples. You're giving me examples of motherfuckers that chose to do this, and or a film where there were 2 white men doing it as well. And so how is it emasculating the black man if there's 2 white dudes doing it?
They could have had a production company, but they could have had a bigger distribution company that accepted it though.
Give me examples, y'all.
I'm talking about the white chicks thing. They do own production companies and things like that, but to put it on a wide
Brandon
scale.
T. Jackson is one.
But wait. So let's go with white chicks. So you think that somebody came to the Wayans brothers with this idea?
I'm saying that it probably was an appealing. I'm saying it probably was an appealing script to a bigger production company. Like, okay, we got this white chicks thing. They pitched it, and now it's a blockbuster. That was a blockbuster movie.
Sure, but it was their idea, so no one made them do it.
But my point is, they made something. It's kind of like what rappers do, right? I mean, I don't know everything that happened, but they make the shoot 'em up, bang bang, talking about all these things to be more appealing to get bigger radio play, right?
Okay,
that could have been the same thing with the movie. Is all I'm saying.
But how is
because
this
the powers that be
men?
want that type of look? They just say, well, shit, we'll just create it and then give it to them.
But Katt is positioning this as a nefarious thing.
Okay.
As Hollywood emasculating black men. With your example, that doesn't tie in with Katt's example.
It kind of does. So, because if the overall what am I trying to say? Idea is that this is what Hollywood wants. Right? They either want this thing where you're shooting and killing and all that, and you big macho, or they want this other thing on the opposite end of the spectrum. Which one are you going to choose to do? Right?
But listen to what you just said. That kills Katt's point.
But
either they want you extremely violent, which is over masculating,
right.
or they want you in a dress, which is emasculating. Okay. So how are you only fighting for one of those, which is far less detrimental than the other?
No, I feel
it's a chunk of bullshit.
It's just what he's talking about. It's just what he's choosing to address right now. You're
stupid.
Good choice of words. Did that on purpose.
I'm a rapper.
Right. You know what I mean?
But I just think that's what he chose to address. I don't know no other way to say it right now. But what he chose to address on the show, I mean, he could have chose to address the violence or whatever. He chose to address the rape. Right, he talked about that a little bit,
which I was very impressed by.
So yeah, it's things like that.
So it looks like the argument originates with Flip Wilson. Y'all familiar with the comedian?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And they claimed that he wouldn't have been as popular had he not done it, and then it kind of
snowballed effect. Yeah.
And that's a fine claim.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, back this up by Hollywood is attempting, not you, Spike.
No, I got
but the general you. Back this up by Hollywood is trying to specifically emasculate black men.
Do you think they would outright say that though?
They wouldn't.
No, of course Hollywood's not going to outright say it but you have examples of white people doing the exact same thing. That's my point.
So Ving Rhames, Kenan Thompson,
Eddie Murphy.
They tried to get Dave. I remember Dave was
Tracy
on
Morgan was another one.
So go with Eddie Murphy.
Chris Tucker.
At what point did Eddie Murphy do this?
It was Norbit and Nutty Professor.
Exactly.
It was late.
He didn't have to.
Yeah, he was already
on top.
Yeah.
What I think was being ignored is it's just funny. It's just funny when there's a dude I don't want any trans people to get upset, but you know what I'm saying. When there is a cis man that is dressed up as a woman doing funny things.
It is funny.
It's a funny bit.
It's downright. It's hilarious.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So why is it that we're trying to turn this into, Hollywood is trying to make black men do the dress? Come on.
But real talk, that's what he said too.
Y'all are just homophobic. Just say that.
But
niggas are homophobic. That's it.
But
thank you.
I don't know. I could debate that too. But to his point, he didn't really say that he was saying that they are just funnier that way.
Okay.
That was his point.
Then where does the emasculation come in? Especially the intentional emasculation.
I think that was somebody else's point.
That's the emasculation. It's the overarching thing, and it comes from.
I'm saying, did he say that?
Yes,
he said that.
He said that in the interview.
I don't remember that part. I know. He just said they're funnier that way. They're funnier as men.
You know what? Let me draw that back, Rod.
Yeah.
He might not have said that. It seemed like he was inferring it. I don't want. Yeah. Okay, so you might be right. Maybe he didn't say that.
My question is, when you think about the biggest comedians, black comedians,
right?
What role did they do before they were in a dress to make them as big? You think of Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, even Eddie Murphy. After the fact, they are the hugest comedians. Chris Rock. Like, were they in dresses before they became as big as they were? No. A lot of times, if you're talking about these other ones, they probably were doing it because they thought it was funny and to be their access point as far as like to another demographic. But I don't think Hollywood was like, in order for you to get on, you got to do this.
I'm already on.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense. It's a stupid argument.
Chris Rock was
already on before he put a damn dress on.
What was the movie?
Actually, when did he put a dress on anyway?
What was it?
When did Chris Rock put a dress on?
I can't remember if it was.
Because he had like a blonde wig on.
I don't know if it was like a Living Color type of show or was it like a movie?
It wasn't Living Color. It was a movie.
It was a movie.
Because he had a gun on him.
Dave Chappelle
he never
wore
did.
A dress?
He never.
Dave Chappelle was one of the biggest black comedians. And he has a white.
He said they tried to give him on Blue Streak when he shot the movie with Martin.
Did he do it?
No, he said he didn't.
Okay,
but
he's huge. So Kevin Hart.
You could also argue though with David Chappelle, they do try to call him a black sheep, and since he didn't do it, they tried to get him out of the paint.
No, they didn't do it. They tried to get him out the paint because he wouldn't accept that little raggedy ass money check.
Over the
it wasn't because he wouldn't put a dress on.
No, it wasn't because of that. Yeah, because that Blue Streak shit was way before the Dave Chappelle show. Like that was before. Right. That was before Dave Chappelle really became Dave Chappelle during the Blue Streak era. So
yeah, but I think David has gone on to say that there were certain things that they were asking him to do.
Yeah, they tried to force him to
do
on that Blue Streak. He said they kept forcing it.
Yeah, and that's why he kind of walked away from that. He said it wasn't necessarily about the money; it was about all those requirements that Hollywood or whatever, or the man, or however you want to look at it, was asking him to do, and he just was like, nah, he felt like it was harmful.
Yeah, that's why Dave walked away.
Yeah.
Hollywood tried to get him out because of the money. Hollywood didn't try to get him out because he wouldn't wear a dress.
Right.
It's a ridiculous argument.
Right.
Chris Rock wore a blonde wig.
CB4, and in CB4 and on the
Fresh Prince. Yeah, I remember seeing a TV show.
Remember him in Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
Fresh
Prince.
Everybody was on Fresh Prince. He was on a date with Will Smith.
Yeah.
That came out after the smack and everything.
Yeah.
So it was in the show, but in the movie CB4, he wore a dress too.
No, they just showed that clip after the smack. But yeah, he was. Everybody used to be featured on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
But CB4, he wore a dress.
You remember
I
it now?
do remember about a dating show, but I don't remember him wearing a dress.
He wore a dress and everything. He had the blind wig on and everything.
Oh, I'm thinking of Martin B.
Oh, no.
When he was on the dating show on Martin.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking of.
With Donnie Simpson and all that. Yeah. You talking about that. You know,
I don't remember the Fresh Prince.
He wore a wig and everything on Fresh Prince. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah. But CB4, he wore a dress.
And what was Chris Rock prior to CB4?
Pookie. Really? Pookie. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Streams, man.
So he was already doing shit.
Yeah, but Chris.
He was already on Def Comedy Jam by that point.
Yeah, but he wasn't big.
So y'all really think that
in the
it took
space.
CB4 and Chris Rock in a dress for him to break out?
No, I'm just saying he wasn't big in acting before that.
Denzel never wore a dress.
Black men never wore dresses. It's so silly. It's so silly. Again, when you ask for examples, there's a handful, and that's it.
Well, are we only talking about comedians though?
You can talk about comedians.
It's a lot of regular comedians are the ones that tend to.
I thought they were just talking about just black actors in general. Yeah,
it's a funny bit. So of course comedians would do it.
Comedians, I never really looked too deep in it with comedians.
I never did too, to be quite honest. Yeah,
I never did with comedians.
Yeah. I do think it's a thing. I do think that Hollywood historically has certain roles and certain ideas and certain things that they have black people in.
Yes, that's not the same thing as saying they try to force us to wear dresses. I agree with what you're saying. They do try to force us into certain roles, but for a very long time, traditionally, that role was the violent black thug. But no one talks about that. Instead, we're like, hey, try to make us wear a dress. And that's it.
People talk about that too. I thought they do.
As much as this.
Look, I'm not. I mean, again, I'm not saying that one
so.
is more than the other.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they both about equal.
Yeah, I think we do have discussions about.
I'm sorry, King. Go ahead. I mean to cut you off.
About black people always have to play these violent roles.
That's definitely getting discussed.
Is that getting discussed to the same number or the same disdain as black men in dresses? We love hood movies. The second you put a black man in dresses, motherfuckers are complaining about that shit. Where's the complaints about all the Tubi movies? No, y'all love that shit. So stop. This is not the same argument.
My granddaddy wouldn't even let me watch Martin in his house because he wore a dress.
Makes sense.
My pops barely likes Martin because he's in a dress.
Tyler Perry's big though.
But think about
with women.
The base of Tyler Perry.
With
black
women.
People, though. I
thought black women. Women.
But old black men, I think, old black people are sensitive to this because they grew up watching like black actors and stuff having to portray and basically lower themselves in order to get roles in movies. So I can see them easily like, no, we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to accept these certain roles in order to be successful in Hollywood.
Or old black men are like, why are black people in dresses? This is some F-slur shit. I'm not fucking with this.
That's more what my granddaddy thought.
Right. I mean, and again, this is. I'm not saying you're wrong because I don't remember any of this shit that you're talking about. I don't remember any stories of them forcing black people in dresses back in those slave days. I definitely remember the shuck and jive, step and fetch it type stuff. I remember that very well. But I would go to bat to say that most old black people don't like the men in dress shit based on some homophobia stuff, not some, oh, they're making us do this and this is like giving me fucking slavery PTSD.
I definitely think that there's an extension of those feelings that come from the treatment of black men and black people in slavery that carried over to that.
Then why are white people doing it? That's the thing. If white people were not doing it, I'd be 100% on your side.
Because you know what? Because they had all the roles. It was men, white men, having to be the actors and play women because they didn't want to give women the jobs because women were inferior to them.
Women have been in movies as far back as I can remember. So I don't remember this men having to play women
in plays and stuff. Either. Yeah.
In plays or film.
Plays,
definitely plays.
Okay,
definitely
so we're
plays
talking,
when entertainment and stuff started to right before they started to give women roles, right? Yeah, so it just white men played all of the roles, especially like probably back in the Shakespearean days and stuff like that, right?
So if that's the case, that still to me hurts your point. If white men were doing it in the beginning,
right,
and white men continued to do it throughout time, how are we making a special case for black people doing it and it being offense then?
Because white people tend to look at things that they do as far superior than any other entity. So for me, when I look at this, for them, they had to do it because they didn't want women to do it because women were inferior, and definitely didn't want black people to do it because black people were inferior and not human. But as time expanded and moved on, they started to definitely give the women roles that they fought for their freedom, and then they started to put black people in films, but only in certain roles. But also during that time, while these black people were enslaved, they used to dress men they used to make black men wear dresses, and they used to do all kind of foul, crazy shit to black people.
Yes.
And then so I believe that there was carryover from how they treated black people on the slave plantation and to the movies as well.
I'm with you with the slave shit. Again, when it comes to film, it doesn't make sense. If white people were already doing it and white people continue to do it, why are we then looking at the white people doing it as, well, this is just white people being white people? But when they say, oh, here's Tyler Perry or here's Chris Rock doing it, oh my God, this is fucked up and it's a slavery carryover. Yeah. White people have been doing it from the whole time.
Right, because they have the permission in the past to do it in their head. But for black people, this was a way to control and emasculate them on the field to reduce their so-called manliness. So you don't think there could be a carryover into the film industry that that the movie and film industry isn't a reflection of society?
Those are two completely different questions you're trying to ask me. Do I think that there's carryover from slavery into society? Of course.
Into the film
Do I
industry,
think
yeah.
this is one? Nah. Because if white people weren't doing it, I'd be on your side. But the fact that white people have done it as well, and it's ha 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 when white people do it, it's just like, okay, fine. But when black people do it, we're like, no, this is a carryover from slavery. How?
Yeah, but look how white people can get away with a lot of shit. They can get away with school shootings and all kind of shit. And they can exhibit all kind of violent behaviors.
I agree.
And there gets passed for it. But the framing and branding of it when black people do it is completely different. So you don't think that particular situation can apply in this particular situation as well?
Who is it different to? The framing of black people doing it is different. I agree with you. But to who? Are white people looking at it different, or are black people looking at it different? We don't hear the white people saying this emasculation shit. We're only saying this.
I think black people look at it different. I think you have a good point there. But could it be because, like you said, there are only these two extremes? You either get the guy in the dress or you get the thug.
Yeah.
With white people or white society, you have all of this middle ground where they get to play regular people and go be stars, and they never have to do either one of those two spectrums. So I think a lot of the contention from black people comes because, like you said, hey, you got to be the thug or you got to wear the dress, and that's how we're looking at it. We don't get to see enough normal black men, like just normal. You're normal and you became a superstar like Denzel.
I'm with you, Spike. I do think it's fucked up that white people are essentially a clean slate. They can do anything. Black people are not. Do I agree with this? You have to be a thug or you have to wear a dress? No. Because we have plenty of examples of black men that didn't do this in film. Our biggest actors of all time, our biggest black actors, did they all do this? No. So what is the argument here? Who are, if you had to sit down and name our top 5 most prominent black actors, the only way for this argument to work is if they did it. And it's not true. It's not true.
I don't want to keep going on this.
No, go ahead.
No. I don't want to keep. I personally don't want to keep going on this.
I don't really either because I think this is stupid.
I don't.
Not that y'all are stupid.
No,
I just don't. I'm
know.
not with this art. I just think I personally just think it's latent homophobia, and we're trying to make something bigger out of it.
I don't think that's that. I think it is a thing. I think that, and I think it's a carryover, and it's a way that. And I think that black people are sensitive to it, and I think, for legit reasons.
Okay.
So
top 5.
Top 5 what?
You say Denzel.
Denzel didn't do it.
Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier didn't do it.
Black actors, top 5.
Are you talking about Will Smith and all them too? Martins and all that? Because they did it.
Would you seriously put Will Smith and Martin in the top 5?
I don't know.
You are not being circumspect.
I just asked the
You're
question.
not being circumspect.
What I tell y'all I do. I said I asked the questions. I put it out there.
No, you also said you think before you speak. Did you think?
I thought to ask the question.
All right.
I was just saying.
No, we're not talking about Will Smith and well, I guess you can talk about Will Smith.
You can put
Will Smith.
His
in
first
there.
movie, he was. I don't think he was wearing a dress. No,
He was gay.
Yeah.
Which is not the same thing. But when did Will Smith put a dress on?
Maybe on Fresh Prince of
I was
Bel-Air.
on
maybe?
Fresh
I don't know.
Prince.
He wore a dress on Fresh Prince. Will Smith did.
I believe he did.
Yeah, they did. Him and Carlton wore a dress in one of the latter seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what they were doing, but they both dressed. I mean, come on. But are we? You're right.
Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne.
Did they put dresses on? I think Lawrence Fishburne did at some
I'm sure they got offered roles to.
But they didn't do it, so that kills
I
the
remember
point.
seeing Lawrence
If they
Fishburne
were
in a
offered
dress.
roles and they said no, but they still became big actors, then this argument makes no sense.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but for
Sam
guys,
Jackson did.
for lower tier guys like Brandon T. Jackson and all these other guys, you don't even know who
Played
he
in Big
is.
Mama House too. He played in Big Mama House too.
He regrets doing it. I
Katt
think
Williams
that,
mentioned him.
Yeah. I think
Danny
that.
Glover, did he wear a dress?
I don't know.
See, the fact that y'all have to sit here and be like, I don't know, but you still push this idea of men have to do this emasculation, but you have no examples. How are we pushing this argument? It makes no sense to me.
Do you think that people created the argument, or did actors who had the experience of the studios telling them they wanted them to do that? Do you think the argument came from
I
that?
think niggas who ain't got put on used it as an excuse.
You think what?
Actors.
I think niggas who really didn't make it and they did it and that probably didn't like take off the way they thought it would.
They use it as a crutch.
That's not fair.
They use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
I think that's really
How is that not fair?
It's really piece of. I mean, because even the ones who did it, they said they wanted to do it and they careers continued to move.
Yeah, but they also probably just hiding behind. I thought the bit was funny.
So we all gonna listen to the failed motherfuckers.
You know, Brandon T. Jackson is one that has failed. He's outright said that he felt like it has hurt his career.
That's my point. So we're only gonna listen to the motherfuckers that failed. So that's Jalen's point. We're listening to only the motherfuckers that failed, but everybody else that did it or didn't do it and still got big, we're ignoring those cases. We're only listening to the motherfuckers that did it and it didn't work, and then they complained.
I just looked at an article of 20 actors who cross-dressed or did drag, and only 5 of them are black. What? 5 out of 20. And they just talk about the top rows. 5 of them out of 20 are black. The rest are white. Well, exception.
But we just talked about that point.
Yeah, white people control the world, so they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. You'd be better off looking at an article of top black actors and then saying how many of them had to wear dresses before they got big. And I bet you the numbers would still be tiny as fuck. It would still be tiny as hell.
Okay. Anything else on Katt Williams? We kind of.
Yeah, that shit.
I thought y'all had it stuff pulled up.
Damn.
I'm just asking.
No, I mean,
he hit you with that's not my job.
No, I'm asking because we kind of deviated, so I didn't know if there was anything else you guys wanted to go through. I don't know if it was
something that you had. What I was trying to say is that I didn't know if it was something else that you had wanted us to cover with the Katt Williams thing.
Not necessarily. I mean, I had a whole bunch of shit, but I had a whole bunch of other stuff. But you know, I mean, he had this thing on China the Majors, which I thought was funny as shit.
I tell you what, I talked about him too,
bro. Yeah, he talked about him.
What I like.
I cut it off before then.
I guess my question was, do y'all agree what he did or disagree with what he did? That's what I thought. You know, not what I thought we were going to talk about. I thought we would just kind of address that part, like just kind of get everybody
like as far as what
what he did and just kind of calling people out and or should he just not had done it or like how do y'all feel about that part?
I liked it. I liked it from an aspect of I take him as a very serious person about what he does, and that's a comedian. Mm-hmm. And I think him going, it's similar to like a rapper calling other rappers out like, y'all only make these cheesy whack songs so y'all can chart or whatever it do, but I do this for real. Like my pen game is strong. So I did appreciate that he let people know or wanted to let people know that these people aren't on the same level as me. Like they do what I do, but I'm a lot better than them. I did appreciate that approach from him.
What about you?
You thought it was more chatty patty-ish?
I'm on the fence with it. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff I'm
like,
kind of cringe. I'm like, yo.
You like, what's the point of this?
Like, it's like, okay, he stole your joke or he did this or he's doing this in the industry. It seemed a little chatty patty to me. It was funny nonetheless. I mean, it was funny as fuck.
Yeah, I think that's
that
how
doesn't
I took away
like
from it.
but it was a part of me to be like, is this really necessary?
Yeah, I took away from it. I was just there for the entertainment and I was there for the laughs, and which is what I got. You know, rather I feel like him doing it or whatever. I mean, I think he was just ready to pull the trigger because of, like I mentioned before, Shannon had all those guys that he mentioned on that show. So I guess however he felt with them saying what they said, he felt like he had to get it off. So
why not address them though?
Sounds like he has. It only goes so far.
You think he has?
I mean, he made it seem like. I mean, he said he's had conversations with Cedric and Steve and all of these guys. Before.
Yeah, because then he was like, then they go on the show and say this. So
different,
he was ready to get that off, bro. You know, I guess he was just like, shit. I was just entertained. I mean, I just looked at it as it was an entertaining interview. The stuff he was saying, I was just like, okay, come on, really for real, Katt. And then some of the stuff, I'm like, that shit might be true. I don't know. So it was just interesting seeing everyone reply back like within 24 hours. Like everybody was replying back.
I appreciated the replies too of people saying how much he helped them. Like there were a lot of people.
It was a lot of people that were saying that too.
After the show,
Deion Cole was saying that.
Deion Cole said he gave him $1,000 after the show. It was one comedian said that he took him on the road with him for 38 stops when he was struggling, and that really helped him turn his career around. Lil Boosie said he gave him $15,000 when he got out of jail.
He should have bought him dresses. That'd have fixed everything. Man.
They would have got the role.
They got the role. Yeah,
I did like that. I think
I was seeing a lot of that too.
Yeah.
I was seeing a lot of that too. A lot of people was like, yeah, he's really a genuine dude that likes to give. So.
Katt Williams is.
Yeah. A lot of that was out.
I sat and watched the whole thing Friday.
In one sitting? Damn. Yeah, no, I had to break that shit.
I watched. Huh?
Yeah, he must have.
He had it on
1.5.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I actually didn't. No,
Bruh.
but I've gotten onto that on YouTube, though. I've started to do 1.25.
I was
on
watching
YouTube.
like maybe every 30, 40-minute increments. Like,
Okay.
Then I do something else, come back to it, do something else.
Yeah, I don't know if you. I think you should be able to do that on the TV. I haven't tried yet, but on my phone and my app, I definitely
You
do
can.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. You talking about on the like?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
yeah.
I
But
can't do that
I don't
when
know.
I
I
sit
really
and
have anything. I started watching. It was just
It's
so
entertainment,
juicy,
yeah.
bro. It got real slow when he went back to his history.
Yeah, that.
And then it kind of
You
picked
talking
up.
about childhood and
yeah,
all that stuff?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I started to put it on the iPad.
You like
and
nobody
start-
want to hear this shit.
Yeah,
Get back to the
get back to the
Yeah. But nah. I mean, I was just chilling.
Was
So
that the expense of other people though?
Was it at the expense of other people? Because they started it.
I was gonna
like.
say,
That's
they
what
had been
yeah,
stepping.
that's
They
what
was
I'm
telling.
saying.
They had been
See,
stepping in
I
history.
don't have the
Yeah.
facts on that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
they
they
was-
came on the show saying stuff about
Frankie
it.
Yeah.
never went took his ass on that show. If all them
Yeah.
other people didn't go and take on the
That's
shit,
why
his
he went
ass
on
wouldn't have
Shannon's
showed up,
shit.
bro.
He said
Kevin
that at
Hart
the
went
very
out of his
beginning.
way to talk about him and called him a drug addict.
I didn't know
for no
all
reason.
of them was on Shannon
Katt
Sharp's
Williams
show.
said at the very beginning of this, he said, "I wouldn't do this
If it
if
wasn't for
they
them."
hadn't came out here
Yep.
and said this shit."
He was ready, bro.
Like, I didn't had no intention of watching it.
Yeah.
Naomi had it on, and she fell asleep, and I just kept it on. And
So you watched the whole thing?
No. No, I went to sleep. Eventually, I went to sleep. But it had me up though. It had me up for a while, at least an hour. It had me up for at least an hour.
Yeah, because the first, he came in hot. Like, he
it was entertaining.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was.
It was
definitely
entertaining.
view.
Definitely entertaining.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the thing that when you look at the responses, you didn't see anybody offer any like kind of factuals. It was just like they just kind of said, "Oh man, get the hate out your heart." Here's my movie. It was like Kevin Hart tried to fire back on
With
the
a movie
NBA
trailer.
thing, but
Yeah.
that shit wasn't funny with the Plastic Cup Boys. That shit wasn't
Yeah,
funny.
but you
at
saw
all.
what he
that's what you was
retweeted.
gonna
He
show
tweeted
us.
too. He tweeted.
Yeah, he tweeted.
his
I know the
trailer
tweet
or
was
whatever.
whack
yeah.
too, yeah.
You was gonna show us Kevin Hart response. What was? I mean, you don't have to show it.
What
But
did he
what
say?
was it? What was it?
Nothing. They were just sitting there trying to crack jokes. They were basically poking fun at him saying he read 3,000 books a day by saying, "Oh, I don't know if you guys know this, but he bought the Knicks and he sold them back to him and shit like that." Little
Yeah.
jokes
Like
like
that
that.
type of shit,
Yeah. That apparently Spike got a chuckle out of it.
That was
Ain't-
funny.
You thought that was funny?
You bought the Knicks and sold them back?
No,
was
that
hilarious.
shit. His shit.
I feel like his
dry,
boys was
bro.
funnier than him.
Who? Kevin Hart boys?
Yeah.
To a little bit, yeah, but I don't think they were funny. at all.
The one comedian that he didn't really go in and was David Chappelle. He actually propped him.
He
up.
loves Dave.
Yeah, he
They
loved-
got a,
yeah,
they got
he-
a relationship, yo.
Yeah, they
But
had.
they had some beef at one point though. I think.
It was fake. You talking about the
It was
Twitter
the
stuff?
Twitter thing.
Fake?
Yeah, that wasn't
was.
real.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay.
Dave
Dave
Chappelle told the story.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that wasn't
no,
real.
there was no beef. No.
Was there
Shot.
anyone?
He threw
Huh?
a shot.
Huh?
He threw a shot. He said he was basically saying you don't have to degrade people to make jokes. Like that was the time.
He did say that about
He
the
was
trans
like, that was
stuff.
the time when you didn't know any better, but we know better now, and you're supposed to adjust. True comedy knows how to adjust.
But he
Oh.
did big him up though. He was just like
Yeah.
he's one of the greatest.
It was
of
just a
all. He's
critique.
like one of the great. He said he actually is funny. Like he's one of the
Do
greatest.
y'all
And
think?
that, go ahead.
No, I said, do y'all think he really got approached for Kings of Comedy? I remember he mentioned that too.
I don't know, but Jalen, I don't know if that was a shot specifically at Dave. I think that was just a shot at just comedians overall. Because I did hear that.
Chappelle claims that he doesn't degrade people,
He just did it in the last.
but he claims that he doesn't. It's not a.
I'm sure they
great
wouldn't say
thing.
it that way, though.
I know they don't.
Yeah, they don't see it that way at all.
Nah.
We feel that Bill Maher do the same thing about black people.
Who?
Whoa, really? You think so?
Yes.
Who?
Nah, Bill Maher.
Fuck Bill
The
Maher.
right time, Bill.
Oh.
The HBO guy.
Yeah, well, but nah, I to your question, Rod. I mean, I loved it. I think, what's the price of cost of freedom, right? Sometimes it's death, and I think Katt is okay with dying and being able to be free, and he has the means, and he's successful on his own without having to play by the certain rules. So he don't have to put on a dress. Like everybody else has so far, and he's able to be free and be who he is.
Yeah.
So, so I think that's what it is, and I think that I really believe that he probably does have receipts, and he really knows some shit.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
what he
think
said,
that there's
yeah.
a lot of people that's afraid of like the truth telling that he has.
You don't do
And they
what
don't
he
wanna
just
say
did
yeah.
and don't have dirt on
Receipts.
somebody.
Yeah,
He said it.
bro.
I
Yeah.
think he said that. He
Yeah.
said, "Look, they could come if they want to,
come
but
if
they
want
know
to.
I know
They know
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
They know I
seen
know
it- I seen him
everything.
in the corners at them parties.
Oh, he took
Diddy
the shot at
parties.
Diddy. He
He said
said
sometimes you just
You
gotta
gotta
tell
say
Puff
no.
Daddy no.
No.
Oh, I wish I'd have kept watching.
He said because Puff Daddy liked to party, and sometimes you just
said-
gotta
You
tell
gotta
him
tell him
no.
no.
He said, "I got a
That's
virgin
funny.
asshole."
I got a virgin
told him no
asshole.
2 times.
Yeah, he said Harvey made a pitch at him. Harvey tried to.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Bruh.
I saw that. That was weird.
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, I tried to tell people, and then I told people this years ago, and then now look at him or something like that. Yeah, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein asked if he could suck
his dick twice
in front of his staff.
If he could suck Katt Williams' dick, though,
in front of his,
not the other way around.
Not the other way around.
That's the part that was shocking.
Okay.
He said, "Can I suck your dick? Now I want you to suck mine. I want to suck yours."
Yes.
Like, how you even know it's clean?
Bruh.
You know?
That shit. Yeah, he said a lot of wild shit. That Jonathan Major shit was funny as hell.
I didn't hear the Jonathan Major.
I do. That shit had me cracking up. We'll play the last one. Play this Jonathan Major, bro. That shit.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I was like, damn.
Did they do the Jonathan Major's interview yet?
No,
it's Monday.
Oh, it's Monday. Yeah. I think we gotta talk about that on
Good
Friends.
Morning America, I think.
That's just gonna be.
He's gonna be on Good Morning America.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna be in.
And it's owned by Disney.
Good Morning America. Yep.
What?
All that shit's owned by Disney.
He has to say something.
Wow.
He couldn't stay silent.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't know he's about to be on Good Morning America like in a couple of days. Like
they've been promoting it. It's all dramatic and shit.
Finally, he speaks.
So what?
Yeah, he coming back. That's what this whole thing is.
Coming back to what, Disney?
Coming back to Disney?
I don't know if he come back to Disney, but he coming back to Hollywood for sure.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna be. He's too good of an actor for them to just get rid of.
They're gonna do him just like they did James Gunn, short. But
Yeah, I agree with Jalen. Yep.
They want to make a point, and then when they die out, they're gonna bring that nigga back.
You think it's a Marvel?
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
That'd be crazy.
No, that's not me.
I don't see that.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty, 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 guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Katt Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? It's part of giving you the world. First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that this was a good-looking Negro. Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose? And when did y'all like a little head and a big jaw? When? Since when? That look like my daddy. When you start liking my daddy? You like black people's features like that? If this ugly nigga is good looking, then all niggas is good looking. Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book. What you talking about? Get out of here. Get out of here, ugly boy. Yeah, they love fooling the people.
Yo,
That's
crazy, bro. That is a fool.
He is a damn fool.
He's a good-looking guy. That's not nice.
See, they tricked you.
They never tricked me. Because I don't understand why y'all think Denzel's so good-looking. I don't get it. But I look at him, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see why you think he's good-looking.
Oh man,
Denzel was short back in the day. The women
They love Denzel, bro. I know. I heard what you said. I know. You don't understand why. Yeah, I got you.
Thank you, Kenneth.
I think a better example.
Rod didn't.
I think a better example is Wesley Snipes.
Oh, they loved Wesley Snipes too, bro.
I can see why they think Wesley Snipes is good looking. You know why? Because he looks like. Oh, this is gonna sound. Let me stop. Never mind. I'll tell y'all.
He looked like the typical Negro.
No, he don't look like a typical Negro. He looks like he has acceptable African features for a white person. He looks like. He looks like what Hollywood wants Africans to look like. Because he's very dark skinned. He has very strong features. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why they look at him and they're like, oh, he's Mandingo as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, not that I'm calling anyone bad looking. That's mean.
That's mean.
But I look at Denzel and I'm like, yeah, he's smooth, he's sharp. I see I hate using this word, but I see the swagger. I look at Jonathan Majors, and I'm like, I see why women think he's fine. I see it. I get it. Y'all saw that motherfucker naked in Lovecraft. Don't act like you didn't see his little booty.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I stopped watching it.
You stopped watching when his booty was out?
It got crazy before that.
You
so
literally paused and said, I'm done. He turned the shit off.
I'm out. He's showing man ass on here.
No, he's being mean. He's being mean. Katt's being mean. Jonathan Majors is a good looking guy.
Okay.
You don't think he's a good looking guy? Really?
No.
I took it he meant he got strong Negro features.
He does. He does.
I think that's what he's saying. Like,
that's what Katt was saying.
Katt saying I don't think he really meant. I think he's saying they think those are ugly features.
Okay.
Of black people.
Right.
But he has those strong Negro features. And all of a sudden they like him.
He's very.
They usually call them ugly features.
Okay.
Katt's very selective with his words, man. He really is.
He said if he's good looking, then every black person is good looking.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he said it in the context of like white people.
Don't be trying to take Jalen's point. You old circumspect ass motherfucker. He did circumspect that time.
He said,
he did. You loved everything.
He did. He put his hand on his chest and everything. It was almost like I was like, I can't believe I disagree with Jalen.
What?
I can't even believe I agree with him.
Not me.
that's why I looked over at him. I was like, what?
Where's that sound come from?
Right, I ain't never heard that.
Too big and tall.
I ain't never heard Rod make that noise before. I've never heard Rod make that noise before, bro.
But no, Rod and Jalen, y'all are right. That makes more sense. Y'all are right.